All right, we're live. Good start so far. Audio looks good. Stream looks good. The last thing I did for a Bitcoin trade was add to my short, as we are not too far away from all-time high territory. Now, let me double check the live stream. I may have messed up by putting on low latency. Let me double check. The bandwidth can handle this. Low latency. Maybe it can handle low latency at 1440p. Alright, so if you have any questions and you're on the Discord, feel free to chime in, ask some questions. But for the most part, we're going to be on the YouTube side. Some things that you may notice up here on Bitcoin is that we had a double bottom earlier on a very short time frame, 5-minute time frame. But what I'm seeing here is lower highs. What I'm seeing here is lower highs. So let me add that together. I don't think I have the hardware acceleration on for TradingView. Alright, let me add a note over here. Lower highs. In my opinion, on the short time frame, on the 5-minute time frame, the lower highs are bearish. This is about 12 hours. 12 hours of lower highs. It's a very long time. Let me take a screenshot of this real quick. I think that screenshot's my videos now. Let's see here. Not too bad. I'm going to throw this in the charts channel for some of you guys out there. Bitcoin 12 hours of lower highs. This could be bearish. And I'm just adding that note there that this could be bearish. These lower highs, that's just like 12 hours. And we've been like finding some support on the bottom. So if I were to look over here, this may, in my opinion, whenever you have something like this, I think the continuation will probably go down. So I just go boom, boom, boop, beep, beep, beep. And feel free to disagree here. I just think that this pattern down here, we probably go bearish. Just my opinion. Let me so I think Bitcoin goes bearish from here. Actually drag that screenshot as well onto the Discord. And I illustrated that for you guys over there on the chart. Let me double check over here. Feel free if you guys have questions as well in YouTube chat. So I think we could bleed down under 100K if this were to happen. The average cost of my short is not too bad for Bitcoin, honestly. 101,841 is my average cost. But yeah, I think on the 5-minute chart here, Bitcoin could do this pattern. And we have liquidations that go to like 99,000. So I'll just add this over here. 99, it's around 99,000. So it would not be surprising if Bitcoin went from current price and dropped 3.75% down to around 99,000. I, for one, would not be surprised. Now, some others may be surprised, but I would not be surprised. Yeah, UFD went up a lot today, Solo. I closed the UFD long for over 4,000% today. I'll get that for you real quick from the Discord. Let me save that image real quick. So I took profits on UFD. It did go up a lot today. What we're going to do over here is go back to all the other charts together. Like UFD, I took profits at UFD earlier around 4.6. Wait. Was it 4 points? Let me double check the show after profits. 465. Well, it came down back to 4 cents after I took profits. So I took profits on UFD around 4.65 cents for a futures position. So I took profits at 465 for UFD earlier, and it's an okay trade. I like where the trade went, and I was happy with the profits. I can pop up an image of the screenshot that I shared with the Discord at the time that I took profits. So this is my UFD earlier. If you guys want to screenshot that, but yeah, this is when I took profits on UFD earlier. So when I took profits, I earned over 4,000%. I was happy. I liked it. I liked what it was doing. So I'll put a picture of that in Discord as well when I took profits for that one. Looking over here though, even though we do have this bearish pattern for Bitcoin, it could potentially be breaking this downtrend, but we've only tested like a few candles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is like candle number 6 that we're testing here. So I'm not too optimistic about Bitcoin on the short time frame. On the macro though, we have big things happening. Trump's in office. We have JD Vance as the vice president going to the Bitcoin conference in just a few weeks. JD Vance at the Bitcoin conference giving a speech could possibly be good for Please also. The meme down here. Let me grab that for you guys. Please has some good memes. I think when JD Vance goes to the Bitcoin conference and starts speaking, we'll get a lot more memes. A lot more memes. I'm gonna go over some more charts though. We're open to questions. If you have any questions about trades, hit me up. I'll put the Discord link in the chat. And the Discord link in the chat for you guys. But let's go through Let's look at Bitcoin a little bit deeper, shall we? What we're going to do, we're going to go back to Bitcoin. We're going to put Bitcoin on the daily. Look at all these notes on the daily, right? Look at all these entries and take profits. You guys are lucky. You get to see these charts. But let's look on the daily. What happened recently that turned Tametheark from bearish to bullish? Well, the 90-day tariff pause. That 90-day tariff pause was really optimistic about crypto and in general. When we hit the bottoms down here a little bit under 75K, which was a very big drop from 109K, Bitcoin price dropped well over 30%. I think 30% was an okay enough retest for people to start buying in heavily. We were also in this ginormous falling wedge that lasted for over 70 days. Generally, after 70 days, you get some movement. Like, take this for example. 26 days, 45 days, 70 days, 73 days, get some wicks. Pew, 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 pew. After that falling wedge, Bitcoin already went up 38%. So remember, we dropped 32%, then went up 38%. On the macro, we have to push to this target at 111K. That would A, give us a higher high, and B, help us get to where we need to be. Unfortunately, we're significantly above these moving averages, in my opinion. And this could be an area where retail traders, they were in a depression for over 70 days. They get a taste of this pump and they're not afraid to take profits. Oh, the UFD long is covering my chart. You are absolutely right. Thank you for pointing that out. Let me show you it one more time. Look at this. 32% drop, 38% rip. And this was across 33 days for the pump. Generally, Bitcoin likes to pump a lot faster. Like, sometimes it dumps. It could be 13 days, pumps for 60 days. Sometimes the dumps could last for years. If I put this thing on the weekly, if I put Bitcoin on the weekly here, what we noticed before, when Bitcoin hit about 69K back in 2021, it took over 400 days. Over 400 days before we really started getting into my green block indicator, which was a very phenomenal time to buy Bitcoin. Back in November 2011 till January 2022, had a very vast number of opportunities to load up on some Bitcoin or altcoins, whether you're like Solana or whatever. And that falling wedge target fulfilled. At the very bottom of that falling wedge, we fulfilled quite nicely. And it took about 400 days to hit 180% for that target. We had a nice big drop down after that target. People took profits. We went from like 47K down to 38K. That was over a $9,000 drop. It doesn't look like a big drop. But I remember a lot of people that were long right here hoping for the breakout continuation. They were liquidated in a matter of 14 days on a 21% drop. So when you zoom in, it didn't seem that significant until we zoom in. And then from the bottom of that dip until the last top there in 2024, we had a 91% move on Bitcoin. And then throughout that, we had big wicks, big wicks, big wicks. A lot of longs were taking profits during that time. We even went under the moving average for a little bit back in August 2024. I was really hoping for 40K. But as a trader, I took profits on my shorts when I needed to. I think 49K was plenty enough. Don't have to wait that extra $8,000, $9,000. Because in reality, that right here, 33% dip in 140 days. What do you notice here? About 32% dip in 77 days. So Bitcoin loves to drop those 33%. That's why you can't be over leveraged at any moment on Bitcoin. And by the way, to celebrate the recent pump in Bitcoin, which allowed me to DCA into a short near the top, not too far from the absolute highs, I have an orange carrot juice. Hey. Some of you might have noticed I've been getting bigger since the last stream. Many of you guys haven't seen me in about 30, 40 days, but I've been getting bigger. Getting these gains. But enough of that celebration about the prices. What I want to do, I want to talk to you guys about these shorts. So I added some more to my short at 102,300 American dollars. Now, I don't have the perfect entry on this short. That's why I have the DCA in. I did 2 entries so far. And if Bitcoin does follow this short-term trend, which I'm predicting, we will have some good drops. And look, the people that took profits are going to be happy because as a trader, when you take profits, you're good. You need an area to take profits. You need an area to get back in. You can't just have coin go up, 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 up to the moon and stay there. No. In crypto, you want those 30 to 40% retracements, right? You want to buy in the dips. You want to buy in the bottoms. You want to be able to take profits near the tops. I'm looking over here. We're barely holding $103,000 Bitcoin. On the short time frame, I'm predicting we're going to go down. On the macro, like the super macro of Bitcoin, everybody's bullish because of that limited supply. Like, there's no doubt probably within a decade we'll be above $1 million Bitcoin. But in the short time frame, we could always have some dangerous moments where Bitcoin drops 30%. Sometimes some nasty liquidations could trigger a 50 or 60% drop on Bitcoin. We could even get liquidations back down to 40K before we touch 200K. We don't know everybody's position, but we kind of have a grasp that there are some entities that are completely degenerate, over leveraged, and who knows how far we could go down on liquidation someday. All it takes is paper hands selling significant amounts, over leveraged people getting liquidated, moments of low liquidity on those liquidations, and we could hit 40K. But in the long-term macro, we are pushing towards 200K. There are firms that are slowly buying up percentages of Bitcoin that is greater than 1% total supply. Exchanges, hedge funds, corporations that just want to buy and hold Bitcoin, trust. There are entities trying to buy up 1% of Bitcoin here, 0.2% Bitcoin here. You have companies like GameStop that kind of like floated around the idea of adding it to their balance. It's wild. Like eventually that 21 million Bitcoin is going to be bought up, and it's going to be really hard for regular retail traders like you guys to get a significant position in Bitcoin. I'm going to do a poll. Can you afford at least one whole Bitcoin? Like, can you guys afford at least one whole Bitcoin right now? I mean, as the price starts coming out of reach of normal people, those people don't really feel comfortable buying fractions of Bitcoin. A lot of people don't even know how to buy Bitcoin still as well. That could be part of the investment strategy for companies like MicroStrategy. They realize that the number of customers that they could unlock is vastly higher than the amount of people buying Bitcoin right now. So there is room for more and more people to buy Bitcoin as time goes on. I think probably in like 10 to 20 years, all the people that are in high school now, by the time they're working, they're already tech savvy. They're probably going to be investing more in cryptocurrency than the stock market. So during this time, probably have people looking at some altcoins as well. if you can't afford at least one entire Bitcoin, would you buy it still? I mean, if you can't afford one whole Bitcoin and you don't want to buy fractions, you're probably going to look at altcoins that you can buy thousands of or millions of. And there's not too many altcoins that are in between the price range of like $5 to $20. There's a lot of stocks that are in between $5 to $20 price range, but not too many cryptos. You have cryptos like Bitcoin over 100,000, cryptos like Ethereum over 2,000, or it should be over 2,000 right now. And yeah, it's about $2,300. Gold is 1 ounce of gold is worth more than one Ethereum. You have Doge, it's under $1. Let me look over here at some of these altcoins that I have on the screen. Yeah, so if Bitcoin is making lower highs, then I think what we're gonna see is super bearish momentum on the altcoins. Now, on short time frame, probably get some sell pressure across the board. We're already getting some indecisiveness. So it would not surprise me to get some sell pressure across the board. Let me get the red blocks up here. Let me alert the Discord as well. I mean, these indicators, it may be a good time to start looking at your charts. Maybe a great time to start looking at your charts. So I just pinging people now. I said red blocks, look at your charts, plan your trades. Because right here, in this moment of volatility, while the stock market's closed right before the weekend, if crypto's been pumping right before the weekend, maybe people are taking profits. That is true, Rom. That is very true. What's up, Streghart? Yes, that is also good news. Richard Hart defeated the Securities and Exchange Commission. Part of my hedge about stacking hits was a warning that he would probably defeat the SEC. I mentioned that he had 11 of the best lawyers in the United States. He's not getting a lot of views on Twitter, though. He's not getting a lot of interactions on Twitter. I'm seeing like random people with a lot more views and likes than Richard Hart gets, though. I think he did, unfortunately, make a lot of the crypto people mad at him. Alienated a lot of people, especially with the bragging and the buying the Louis Vuitton, the Gucci, the Prada. So there are a lot of people that kind of use him as a top signal and don't like him, even though he did defeat the SEC, which not many crypto companies went to court and won. Most of them either lost, settled. Not many crypto companies actually went to court and beat the SEC. Oh God. So in the short time frame, I'm predicting a pullback. And sometimes if we've been pumping a lot during the day, we get some big pullbacks. Remember, these liquidations go down to like 99K just on the 5-minute for liquidations. And I'll give you a moment on their YouTube. Take a picture of those liquidations. But, I mean, it could drop down to like 86K. A lot of the stuff could happen before that conference. But just looking right here. Let me put this down here. Just the 12 hours of lower highs. First, to change my mind from bearish to bullish on the short time frame, Bitcoin has to rip up and get into this red liquidations and give us some higher highs, higher lows than the last 12 hours. If we can break this 104,000, that may change my mind for a little bit as well. Yeah, the green candles are bringing in people a little bit late. Solo says, what is your average Bitcoin short? So if you look in the Discord, share your entries. My Bitcoin average cost 101,841 for my short. So I'm going to add that to the chart as well. 101,841. About right here. Not bad. So my short's right here. We're really only above my short entry price by about 1%. 1% is nothing. I'm not even going to take profit if the price drops only 1% from my entry. I would ideally like Bitcoin to drop 5 to 10% minimum. Everything's bigger. I've been getting bigger. Should be Sky. I've been trying to break that 300 pounds. Break that 600 pounds. Build that muscle mass and fat. People underestimate a good body of fat until they're out in the cold. People thought it wasn't going to be cold again in North Carolina until it started hailing yesterday. Really cold. Chunks of ice falling out of the sky. But yeah, today I am bullish long term for Bitcoin, but I will hedge against that optimism. And I'm doing a Bitcoin short. My average entry on that short, 101,841 United States American dollar bills. Short term, I'm bearish. But yeah, I think this is a bearish pattern. Those lower highs, we're not doing too good as well about making higher lows. This is a very scary pattern. A lot of traders will not understand how to trade right here. They'll go on the news, they'll see the green candles, they'll see the people telling them to buy, and then they'll wonder why the price drops 10%. It's getting very interesting this evening. The Bitcoin was pumping before the markets closed. I had a feeling that Bitcoin would try to push up there so that we could liquidate some shorts. We had some good stuff on the stock market this week too. Look at this, UFD. Man, my long on UFD until my take profit was crazy. Like, it took me days, months of work on the UFD long. I'll pop that up again real quick for the YouTube. It took me months to get this profit on the UFD long. Battling the trades, taking profits here and there, repositioning a little bit, and then boom. Got the average entry down low enough. Right, literally, days before the pump, I had the average cost down to like 2.5 cents. Phenomenal. And I made over 40 times my margin. Just like that. Psh. So yeah, that's the beauty about crypto. Sometimes you get those godly days where we go up 40, 50% in a day. And days like that, I have to take profits. Days like that, I secure the profits. Because consistency can keep you going. And if I have that mindset, and thousands of other traders have that mindset, because we're all the same. Like most of the profitable traders, that's the ones you got to worry about. We're all the same mentality. We're not all watching the charts at the same exact time, doing the exact same trades, but we all have that same mentality. And when thousands of people have that same mentality, it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. If I took profits, other people took profits. Probably, right? Look, the price dropped over 13% within an hour of where I took profits. And we're still down by about 1% now. There are some people that are going to buy this for a breakout trade. I don't have the mentality of the breakout trade. I don't do the breakout trades generally. It's not part of my consistent strategy. Now, I would allow myself to do breakout trades probably about once or twice a year, because I said breakout traders go broke. Breakout traders get those big pumps after 40, 50 days of stagnant movement. They get the pumps. People take profits, then down another 30 days, they get bored. Breakout traders get bored. They only chase action. Me, my strategy, I buy low, sell high. If someone wanted to make this same 4,000% on a trade right now, they would need the price to go up significantly from here. So it does reward you to buy low, sell high, in my opinion. Let me look at the poll real quick. So I started this poll. Could you afford at least one whole Bitcoin? As predicted, over 75% of you guys said no. So, if you can't buy one whole Bitcoin, are you going to buy a fraction? I don't think you're going to buy a fraction. I'm not buying a fraction. I'm going to short it up here near the top. We're not very far away from all-time high. And so when it comes to crypto, there's not really a lot of people that know how to short. There's not many people that actually do short. They sell, they take profits, but they don't go shorting it. They don't go borrow Bitcoin, sell it, and pay it back later. No. Let me go ahead and end this poll. I already knew a lot of you guys cannot afford one whole Bitcoin. So on the short time frame, I'm bearish. I drew these red blocks. Hopefully the stream looks a little bit better right now. I do have it on 1440p, low latency. I don't know how good it works. I did sell my please on futures as well, Froggered. I did close that long as well. I closed the Doge long as well. $400 times leverage, mind games. So I'm trading on wheats for the Bitcoin short. I'm using 400 times leverage. And that means every 1% Bitcoin goes down from my entry, I'm earning 400%. So Bitcoin's not really moving a lot. It's not really moving a lot, but when it moves down 5% and I'm on 400% leverage, 5 times 400 is 2,000% return on the trade. That's something to be excited about, something to like. And I'm not trying to be a bad guy coming here and be bearish on the short time frame. I'm just trying to be realistic. Because when we look at our indicators like Doge, look how crazy high this RSI was, right? RSI was completely overbought even before you guys started seeing my face on here. RSI was completely overbought before you saw my face. Look at the MACD. MACD was at that peak up there on the short time frame. So it's not dropping like Bitcoin and Doge. This stuff's not dropping because I'm bearish on it. It's dropping because thousands of other traders are bearish on it. And we have no control on that. I'm just reporting to you guys what I see. And when I see this stuff pointed out, maybe other people get the idea as well. That's true. But I'm not the only one that sees this. I'm a good trader. I'm a very good trader when it comes to crypto if I compare myself to like the top 50,000 crypto traders. I imagine that I'm in the top 50,000 crypto traders from the content I've been watching out there and my trades I've been doing, and out of all the traders I've spoken to over the past few years, I think I'm at least in the top 50,000. And if there's over 50,000 crypto traders that are better than me, what kind of psychological decisions are they making? What's up, Big Choo Choo? Yeah, you're not too late. You're just in time. Thank you for being a YouTube member for 28 months. That's well over 2 years. I think this this pump that we had today started breaking down. And as we start breaking down, people are taking profits. People are quick to take profits. They're not afraid. Doge is surprisingly getting like the biggest sell pressure so far. Doge is dropping faster than UFD or Please over here. Doge is already down 1.5%. So if we look at UFD, you guys want some TA on UFD. If we just draw like this pattern right here, boom. Like some would probably expect this to break out. Some would expect this to break out. So what we have to do, does it have breakout potential? I think UFD has breakout potential. I have like 27 wallets on this phone. Let me see. $27 wallets on this phone. And just to prove it to you, that I didn't dump my UFD completely. I gotta make it bigger in my camera. We are getting some sell pressure, by the way. So this is wallet number 27. I still have well over 200,000 UFD on this wallet. A little bit blurry. On this wallet alone, I still have over $12,000 worth of UFD, but I'm not going to sell that wallet till over $100,000. But on the short time frame, if I'm in a long on futures and it goes up significantly in one day and I'm up over 4,000%, yeah, I took profits on the futures play. And I can use those profits from the futures play. Whenever it does bleed down on spot, I can add more if I want to add more. But I've already been accumulating so much UFD over the past few months. Why? Because if you look at UFD, UFD was in accumulation. Look at the daily chart for UFD. Look at the daily chart on UFD. And some of you guys may not remember, but I already took profit on UFD one time. And then I used the profits to buy more UFD. But if you look at this daily chart, and we're going to zoom in over here on the daily chart. All right. We since the bottoms of April until now, that was 33 days. A lot of retail traders had 33 days to acquire unicorn and fart dust. And look, about 33 days taking profits on a future play at 4.65. That feels pretty good. But this is the breakout. This is like day number 2 of the breakout. So I could have possibly taken profits too soon. And if we look at the indicators, so let me turn on the indicator for the weekly RSI. Look, the weekly RSI, this is a very indecisive weekly candle, but it is top heavy. This may be that reversal on UFD. It did have an all-time high above 42 cents. If we go from 4.5 cents back above 40 cents, that's over 800% just on spot. So stacking on spot is pretty good because you're able to buy a significant amount during the dips. Like when you're buying this thing like under 2 cents and now we're back above 4 cents, you probably feel good about your bag. I know my friend was buying on the dips. A lot of you guys were buying on the dips. So, it's a good one. It's a good one. I like the pump on these things. But let's go back over here. Let's put UFD back on the 5 minutes. I want to watch it on the short time frame. I know we are overbought. If I put the chart like this, you can see that RSI. The RSI is overbought again on 5 minutes. Last time it was overbought before it oversold, it dropped over 27%. That is a 27% drop in just 1 hour from RSI overbought oversold. And it is more overbought in bigger time frames. Like you want to look at the 4 hour, the weekly, the daily. You placed the big short, big choo-choo. Nice. Happy to see that people are out there trading what they see, what they think, how the market is. There's not many people that are going to tell you that they've entered a short on Bitcoin here. One, it's almost not socially acceptable. All those Bitcoin maxis get really mad when you tell them that you have a Bitcoin short because you want to hedge against your other trades. They don't care how many unicorn fart dust you have. They don't care how many Doge or ETH or Polygon. They don't care. They find it atrocious if you enter a Bitcoin short. But by entering that short, it does help me hedge against my trades and help me hedge against the correction happening in the market, and it helped me hedge against all the other people that are completely over leveraged on Bitcoin longs. I can only think about all the people that entered longs above 100K. Whew. Yeah, the UFD has been doing very well over the last few days. And I have been quite busy recently. A, I'm trying to get bigger. B, was playing the new game RuneScape Dragon Wilds by Jagex. But man, just having some time to look at the charts earlier today, watching the UFD, I had a Discord call with some of the guys on Discord around the time that I took profits and explained why I took profits. Some of them were explaining why they took profits, talking about the other trades, and then we're actually charting it out, seeing it out. I'm getting ready for the Bitcoin conference. I got some good news about that as well. JD Vance, the vice president, will be speaking there. So because of that, I need to get a big bag of please. Next time it dips hard. So please drop hard so I can get a big bag before the Bitcoin conference, because man, the memes that are going to come out of that are big. Wow. Wow. Anybody out there? Oh, the Bitcoin conference May 26th till May 30th. And right after the Bitcoin conference is the Litecoin conference just across the street. So hey, look, if any of you guys are going to do a Bitcoin conference and want to say hi, hit me up. I'll be there. I know a couple of Discord members that are going to be at the Bitcoin conference, so get to say hi to those guys. Be pretty cool. I know when Donald Trump was at the Bitcoin conference, I think that was a pivotal moment for crypto history because A, when people found out that Trump's going to be president, and when he was actually president, we had all-time high on Bitcoin, all-time high Solana, all-time high for unicorn fart dust, all-time high for Please. Dogecoin didn't hit all-time high though, even with Elon Musk doing all that stuff with Doge, naming the Department of Government Efficiency, going on podcasts, doing live streams about video games, going to speeches. We're still far away from all-time highs for Doge. And I think one thing that does limit Doge from getting closer to all-time high the further that time goes on, that supply increases every day. People are mining Doge consistently. So If Doge supply increases daily, then theoretically coins like UFD and Pui's that have 1 billion cap can get to $1 before Doge. Theoretically, because they have lower supply and their supply cannot be increased anymore. So there's that to consider. I'm sitting here, I'm watching Bitcoin start to come down. We're almost in 15 hours of lower highs, which is bearish in a sense. We saw Ethereum talking about upgrading Ethereum. They want to make it quantum resistant, which is needed for the security of any crypto. It needs to be quantum resistant. Bitcoin still isn't quantum resistant, by the way. So there is that fear. I probably will get to see someone speak about that when I'm at the Bitcoin conference. Someone will probably do a speech about making Bitcoin quantum resistant. I know the way the current seed phrases are now, that's not quantum resistant. The right quantum computer with the right AI backing could randomly guess Bitcoin seed phrases every single day until it becomes quantum resistant. It is pretty expensive though. But if you're a country like North Korea, as long as your costs are lower than your reward, you're going to try the hacking it. We saw Bybit get hacked for their Ethereum by some Korean hackers through Safe Wallet. So as long as there's money to be made in hacking, you may as well make your cryptocurrency quantum resistant. So I hope that within the next year or less, that Bitcoin can become quantum resistant. And I pray to God that I'm in a Bitcoin short if it does get a lot of seed phrases hacked. People will say that you can't quantum compute guess one specific address, but that's not my argument here. My argument is that quantum computers can guess random seed phrases and probably get at least 50 different seed phrases hacked a day. They can get into 50 separate wallets a day if they really wanted to. And just random. It would be really hard, astronomically hard, to target one specific wallet. But once the guessing starts and random people on Twitter complain they lost their Bitcoin on their wallets, that's when it gets messy. And then some people are afraid to use multisig. Oh man, it would be terrifying to use a multisig wallet, right? And then some hardware failure, or someone that you were helping you with a multisig, like if you using other people had some problems, then you're completely locked out. So yeah, they need to make Bitcoin quantum resistant. I think that's the number one threat on the technical side. The threat on the money side is that if the government does have some issues, then maybe they are forced to sell their Bitcoin. I know we're supposed to be building a Bitcoin reserve in America, but there may be moments in time where they are forced to sell their Bitcoin, which would create tremendous sell pressure. Let me give you a scenario. This is just a scenario. Imagine a hedge fund is buddies with a big wealthy person and they want to do a Bitcoin short. The fastest way that they can make money from a Bitcoin short is if their buddies in the US government can start dumping the Department of Justice Bitcoin. And that would be the biggest threat on the money side, in my opinion. And that would scare the fuck out of me. There's no way in hell I would be happy to buy Bitcoin above 100K when that's a threat. Satoshi. There is no proof whatsoever that Satoshi is dead and gone and never coming back. None. Right? There's not one person that has delivered us proof that Satoshi is dead, gone, never coming back, and that Bitcoin will never leave the wallets. That proof doesn't exist. So, that's the third biggest risk to Bitcoin. Because what if Satoshi comes back, the price is much higher than he imagined it would go. He dumps all of his Bitcoin, sells all of his Bitcoin, forks Bitcoin, and makes a new Bitcoin. That would be the biggest middle finger to Wall Street that is trying to buy Bitcoin out of greed and speculation. Satoshi could put the biggest middle finger that we've seen in the history of Wall Street, if he really wanted to, by coming in, selling his Bitcoin, and forking it. Not really homeless PhD. There's a lot of cryptos that are already quantum resistant. Litecoin's already quantum resistant. A lot of cryptos already prepared, or they are preparing. But hey, look, as a trader, I have to consider these risks when it comes to trading. So at the end of the day, never put more money in trading than you're willing to lose, because there could always be a black swan that could wipe out your trade. There could always be something bad that happens. Are you going to the Litecoin conference, Levi Denser? Litecoin conference happening at the end of this month as well. Man. We are getting some sell pressure on Doge, since we've had that red block, and watching, we already dropped significantly for Doge. I mean, we did draw that red block near a peak though, when that RSI was overbought and everything as well. Well, homeless. That's different. So actually, like websites like banking, it's harder to hack someone's bank account, because you can only guess like 3 times before they lock it. You guess someone's password wrong, boom, locked out for like 12 hours. So there is no lockout for a number of Bitcoin guesses. You could guess a million Bitcoin seed phrase in a second, and you're not getting locked out. The quantum computers can jam it if they wanted to. I'm bearish on Bitcoin for the next 4 to 12 hours. I'm bearish for the next 4 hours, because I know that Bitcoin follows this pattern. I've seen this pattern so many times, generally near tops, and we get people buying at the tops, and then boom, you go to Coin Glass, and you see some of the nastiest, biggest liquidations. So that's something to consider. In general, I'm bearish on Bitcoin short term. On the macro, long term, I'm bullish. I think that Bitcoin will get fixed. They will solve their issues. Maybe make it more competitive with other cryptos to use it as a real payment system. Maybe get more layer 2s. Maybe be pure Bitcoin exchanges in the future. Like, man, Bitcoin's been around for a long time, but we don't have any like pure exchanges that are just only Bitcoin and a few stables. Oh yeah, Big Choo Choo. Yeah. I think we'll probably drop under 100K. Like, these liquidations here go all the way to 99K. And that's only really a 3.5% move. So going under 100K is very possible. Should you buy the top of Bitcoin? I don't think so. I don't know a lot of people right now. Like, if you're out there in YouTube chat, let us know if you're buying the top. I'm not buying the top on Bitcoin. The market cap's already so high as well. Like, it's okay to buy the top of some cryptos if their market caps are so cheap, but this market cap's high. Is there anybody here that has any questions about any charts as well? Oh yeah, classic brute. I mean, with the new NVIDIA GPUs, if you get enough GPUs clustered together, you can use a lot of brute force software. Now, I'm not condoning this. Like, if you guys have like 12 NVIDIA 4090s, you could brute force all day long in different systems. Although I'm not condoning it, I'm telling you this for entertainment purposes and educational purposes to protect yourself. If you want to protect yourself from someone using a big cluster of GPUs trying to brute force your password, use a more complex password. Combine numbers with symbols, capital letters, lowercase letters. Maybe add in some symbols that are not really easy to find on the keyboard. Carlos says, when do you see Dogecoin going back to under 8 cents? I hope that we get to under 8 cents by August, the end of August. That would be good timing for me if I wanted to add more Dogecoin to the bag. But as more time goes by, unfortunately, like, look, Elon Musk is a cool guy in my opinion. But as time goes by, Elon Musk does get more haters. The whole Doge, the Department of Government Efficiency, may not be a good title for Dogecoin. And maybe people don't buy Dogecoin out of spite from Elon Musk. Lucas Peterson said, can you check the Trump chart, bro? I've seen liquidation. I saw like over a $5 million liquidation this week, Peyton. This one did an on-chain short on ETH and got liquidated for a large amount of money. I'll pull up the Trump chart. So we're gonna pull up Trump. This is the Trump chart, and if you look at the Trump chart, what we notice over here, this is the hourly. We've had some very bottoms around $10, but all it took was a matter of 3 days, and we're up 40% in 3 days. So we found some lows around 1042. Let's not make this red. Oh, you guys will never be able to read that one. And then so we hit 14.93 top. So this was over 40% move in 3 days for Trump. And a lot of people are mad because when Donald Trump tweeted about buying stocks, they were busy screaming, "Oh no, the president shouldn't tell you to buy stocks." So yeah, we're getting that momentum. So the Trump token's up over 40% in 3 days. Might be a sign. It may be a sign. Are you going to take the sign for what it is? Or are you going to fade it? So yeah, Trump token up over 40% in 3 days. Jupiter Rising says, what do you think about ZBEC? I don't even know what ZBEC is. I need to research it a little bit. I would start with the coin market cap first. ZBIC has a very big supply. Over 76 billion circulating. I'll pull up the chart for you real quick, Jupiter Rising. Let me add this chart real quick as well. So yeah, I'll pull up the chart. Pull this out. ZBCN. Let me save this. So if I look at ZBIC, I'm probably going to use the let me check which one has the most volume. Okay, so OKX has the most volume for ZBIC. My green block triggered on the hourly at the perfect spot for ZBIC. My God. So my green block came in down here, 0.000719.3. Then it sits 1.3. So from the green block area until here, price is up about, I don't know, 180% in just 16 days. Yeah, so this is ZBIC is up over 180% in just 16 days. We did notice a very big pump. Start looking at some other technical levels though. That's a very big pump. So the last dip on ZBIC was the green blocks. Last dip was on the green blocks. So, I don't know. You guys be the judge. If we look over here now, we are probably getting overbought on the daily, right? We just made new tops, but my green block caught at the very bottom of that on the hourly. So, just looking at this on the hourly, it was oversold completely. It had a few pumps here and there in the middle. Double tops as well. Bled down hard from those pumps. Didn't last long, 14 days, and started running again. So there may be something about this coin that would describe those big pumps that we saw on the left side. Maybe some liquidity or something. But the momentum and picking up on the right side, it does look like a bullish trend on that right side. So, I mean, it's a very big pump. So it took about 16 days. What is my opinion about Ethereum? Let me pull up ETH. So this is the Ethereum chart. Ethereum, if you look over here, it cleared these liquidations. Ethereum is still around the same price as before the Bybit hack, which was a very big hack. So I could understand Ethereum being back here. The hackers were able to sell and extract a lot of money from ETH, driving the price down significantly, even under $1,800. But so far, we've been clearing up that mess, and we're up over 30% in just 9 days. So combining the charts over here with the chart from when the hackers sold the ETH is looking a lot healthier. I mean, we bled under my green blocks when the hackers took that ETH and dumped it. We started bleeding. So there was some uncertainty, and we bled down over 50% in just 46 days. And that's why I say, if you're gonna have a cryptocurrency platform, your number one priority, security. I keep my stuff spread apart. For Phantom, I have over 20 wallets easily. You can't leave everything in one wallet. You get phished or hacked or someone steals one of your devices. You gotta have your other devices and stuff for backup security. We do have this big falling wedge target at 28.50 for ETH though. Falling edge, falling wedge. So this is the Ethereum chart. So this is that Ethereum daily chart. And if we go right here, that's like another 20% from current price. But we are overbought. And the RSI doesn't really matter as much here to me on the daily. Because ETH back in 2024 was trying to go. It's trying to break a new all-time high. We've had some hacks. We had a lot of generosity from the ETH Foundation till then, which meant they were selling ETH, but still. That falling wedge. Oof. That falling wedge could be a good target for ETH to go back above 2,800. But we are overbought, so if we go up there, it's probably pushing through liquidations. Donald Trump just tweeted. Let's listen to the video.
First ever self-deportation program for illegal aliens. We are making it as easy as possible for illegal aliens to leave America. Any illegal alien can simply show up at an airport and receive.
I want to leave America. I want to leave America and get rid of the capital gains stats. I mean, come on, Trump. You need to get rid of the capital gain stats. Like pronto. I mean, if we can go back above those levels from the Bybit when they got their ETH stolen, I think it'd be pretty good. I'm just looking at the chart here, like ETH, if we put it on the weekly as well. Let's go to the weekly. So my weekly, these are the green blocks on the weekly, by the way. So this is now the weekly chart. Why do I have a space right there? So our last time we had a green blocks on the weekly, price went up over 240%. So hey, RSI still has a little bit more gap too. Like last time it was like right here, and then RSI. So price maybe can go 50% here. So let me measure that out. Let's do like 61%. 3382. Price can go to 3382 before RSI revolt completely. So I think we can get to 3382 on the weekly before that RSI is completely revolt. Right about here. So that's my green block. That's my green block on ETH. And you guys like these charts, feel free to reference them when you're learning. Hopefully you guys are learning from some of your trades. So on that weekly chart, Ethereum is getting ready to go. It wants to go up. No, I don't think so. Ethereum has a lot of room topside. So I don't think so. I don't think it's poised just for people to dump it. Man, last time we left those green blocks for ETH, last time we ran those green blocks for ETH, it looks very similar. Look, if you could pick anywhere on this chart, you would pick at one of Tametheark green blocks. Anywhere. 2019, 2020, 2022, November 2022. Or the most recent dip of all, April 2025. You could have picked any of those. And you would still be in the profits. Like if you bought here, you're still in the profits. You bought here, you're in the profits. You bought here, you're in the profits. We don't even need to go back further. This is it. Oh, my weekly chart on ETH. What a fine looking chart. Oh, I don't even know what that is, Homeless PhD. Yeah, I can't speculate on that one. I don't even know. Generally, airdrops go down in value, though. Generally, you make the most money by selling your airdrop on the first day you receive it. Yeah, so ETH right there. It could be getting ready to run. And ETH has some technicals that the government likes. If we want to start tokenizing everything, the blockchain that they're probably going to use are either A, Ethereum, or B, Cardano. Because you can tokenize. There's patents that already exist. So yeah, I think long-term ETH is looking very juicy. Like from these green blocks in 2019 at all-time high, it went up over 4,000%. Green blocks from November 2022 till the tops were about 250%. So yeah, people are getting a lot less returns. This was the COVID money, stimulus money, government printed trillions. This was that dip and recover money. But yeah, right here, I am bearish on the short time frame. I think Bitcoin could come down. Probably liquidation's down under 99K. I think Dogecoin could come down short term. UFD and Please are holding strong despite the pumps up here earlier. Now we do technically have a double top right here. Double tops are, in my opinion, bearish. So double top would be a bearish indicator. We did not get the double top, so maybe some traders would be hoping to retest that double top, and if that's the case, well, UFD would go up over 26% from the current price. If it can go up there and hit the double top. Now that would be something. Yeah, the airdrops though. I haven't seen many tokens where they do an airdrop and they don't pump that much. Richard Hart did a good airdrop with the pulse chain before, but then it's a sell pressure. The reward for holding Bitcoin when he gave people HETs for holding Bitcoin, within like a few years, HETs at all-time high, over 40 cents. So there are ways that you can do it. You can just give it to people holding the #1 token. He let people that had Bitcoin in their wallets go to the HETS website before and claim HETs for free. I think that is one way to do it. Make people hold the most valuable crypto, the most consistent crypto. Those are probably going to be your diamond hands. Low JM, what do you think about Litecoin on the weekly? All right, let me save this as well. Let's go back to the gold chart. Let's go to LTC, Litecoin. Litecoin is ramping up on the weekly. This is our daily chart, but if you look at the weekly chart over here, Litecoin as well. Once we break this support area, bounce up, we have targets back above 360 for the falling wedge. And if you look at the weekly RSI, it's not really that bad. RSI has so much room to go up. Price could probably go up over 60% from here, maybe even 80% to like 177. So let me draw that line right here. I just do 175. Give it that $2 spread. So did you get Litecoin in August 2024 on the green blocks? I hope so, because you're up over 69%. We had some very strong support down here. But yeah, this is that Litecoin weekly chart. We get to $175 Litecoin, people are going to lose their minds. So the Litecoin getting to $175 is possible. Yep, $175 is possible Litecoin on this weekly chart. Oof.
James, sorry, I'm down in Mexico. I'm out at dinner. I'll be back in a little bit, but I saw you put it up there. Sorry about it.
Enjoy your time in Mexico.
Sorry, yeah, I'm out at dinner. Sorry, it was like a lot of noise and stuff.
Oh, you're cool. Hey team, how high Doge it can get on weekly? All right, so let's go back, look at Doge on weekly. Let's use dedicated chart, Doge. Jesus. Look at Doge. The RSI is only 49 on the weekly. That means we can probably go up over 150%, which would be about 51 cents.
James, can you share your screen on Discord?
I don't think so. I'm on a higher resolution monitor right now, like 1440p. And it may interfere with the low latency stream. But I will try. I will close Discord if there is an issue.
Thank you, thank you.
You're welcome. This is that Dogecoin weekly chart though, and looking over here, we go 150% to get that weekly RSI overbought.
I screwed up and sold at 18.4. I screwed up.
Well, the goal is to get it next time it drops down hard, right?
Yes, sir.
I mean, look how many times it dropped down hard after you sold. Like you're beating yourself about selling before, and then we dropped to like we dropped to like low levels multiple times. Like it was under 13 cents not too long ago.
Yeah, but look at that dot. Look at that dot below us. It already came up, tapped it, and then your little dot right there, right below that green.
Yeah, this is the Doge weekly chart.
Yeah, see that on the weekly. I guarantee you got one retest of it.
My thing about the Dogecoin, like if people would have take profit at 36 cents, would have earned over 19,000%. $106 on margin would have turned into over $20,000 if they did 50 times leverage. A few people did that trade. I saw some of your trades. A few of you guys did that trade. And as explained this trade, like when Doge was like 11 cents before it ever went to 36 cents. So that was pretty epic. Let me check back over here real quick. We are getting a little bit of buy pressure on this short time frame, by the way. Just a little bit of the buy pressure, but we... is this 5 minutes? It looks weirder on this monitor. On the 1080p monitor, like these candles are bigger looking, but because we're on the higher resolution monitor, we're able to see more candles. We
No,
are
but I
getting a
see what's
depth
there.
cross
I know
on
what's there. You
Doge.
can see when candles have been liquidated. You can see where liquidations happen. So sure you can't easily see it, but I can tell where they've come through.
Yeah.
But like I always ask, hey, what do we got for liquidations on a higher time frame? On a daily, what do we got for liquidations above and below us?
We have liquidations on Doge on the 5 minutes down to like 19.45.
The thing is, it's going to do it. It's going to stretch up to 22, no problem. I just feel like things are so overbought. RSIs are a little bit stressed out right now. We shall see. Bitcoin, what are you going to do here with 103?
I think like liquidation on the top side Doge goes to about 22 cents though. So Doge is in that halfway point between liquidations on the top side and bottom side. Look
But
at
it does
that.
look like there's more above us than below.
Um, well, no, it's about even. I think it's about even dollar wise. Traditionally, like on the big days of Doge liquidation, maybe like $1 million. But the liquidations on Bitcoin, dollar wise, are much higher down below than above us, like dollar wise. UFD and Please, they don't really have much money. Liquidations on either side. There's not a lot of money in crypto futures for those two. They they were introduced to crypto futures not too long ago, not on many platforms. But Bitcoin, it has the big
Yeah, but Tim, what's
liquidations.
like a 15 or a 4 hour look like with that? That's only a 5 minute.
Well,
Yeah, what are they all looking like? What's Bitcoin looking like on a little bit higher time frame? Like a 15 and your 4 hours usually are fundamentals.
so first thing I noticed when I put it on the 4 hour, we've already cleared liquidations, right? There's not much room to go up on liquidations.
Oh, that makes me feel way
You,
better.
you, you
This makes me
understand
feel
now
way
why I
better.
say the liquidations are a lot more liquidations down below on Bitcoin?
This makes me feel way better, right?
Yeah, so I mean, if we go through these 4 hour liquidations, we'll be under 80K for Bitcoin. 80K. We go under 4 hour liquidation Doge, we're back under 15 cents. So I'm gonna screenshot this chart for people to see.
Yeah, that's a good shot worthy area right there.
And sorry my face is in all these screenshots. I'm just screenshotting the stream because it's easy one button. Oh, I didn't realize the screenshot. Alright, that's interesting. I'm gonna edit the screenshot though to put the price for you guys. But this is just the
What's your
4 hour
size?
chart.
What are your size of your liquidations? Yeah, there's not that many. What size are they on that daily? Like, what volume do they have to be to even be on there?
What volume does it have to be?
Yeah, I mean, are those like $10,000 at least liquidation levels, or what's your liquidation level
Oh
set for
yeah,
one day?
yeah. These are like these are very like this is a
Hundred
lot of
thousand or
money,
millions?
and this is only showing the 25 times. We're not even looking at the 5 times leverage or the 5 times leverage. That's not even on the charts here. You know, like you look at CoinGlass, you'll see the liquidations. But yeah, this is it. I'm going to put that chart. So I know some of you guys are not seeing it. So this goes down to around 80K. This is for like the 25 times and stuff. Anybody have any questions about some charts or anything they see?
Hey, why are there some dots that don't have lines that are trailing after? You see how there's like a start of one of those longs or shorts, but not a trail that's leading with it.
What color is the dot first? Oh, I
Well,
see.
look up there. Look how you see what I'm saying. There's tons of dot color. What are those ones telling us?
So the dots that disappear, like where the line ends. So I'll just zoom on. I'll give you an example. Like this right here,
just the dot.
Where the line ends is where it got liquidated. Like where these lines are ending, that's when these traders got liquidated.
Yeah, but what are the single dots? I've never seen such a thing on your chart before. It's like a galaxy.
Sorry, what kind of dot? What's the color?
All those dots. You see the dots? I'm mumbling at you. They're everywhere.
Like the yellow dots are the parabolic SAR.
Yeah, were they like started trades and they instantly got liquidated, or were they just like started and then stopped?
No. So the parabolic SAR, that's a different indicator. Might be confused. Those yellow dots are from another indicator. I imagine it looks a little bit wild on the Discord stream. But there's not really many dots like this. If it's just a dot, they close the trade. They didn't get liquidated.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. What are those guys? What are all those little dots?
Oh, they just closed the trade. They didn't get liquidated. And the dots from back here are like the trades that were already liquidated and they're done.
Yeah.
Because the indicator, if it just kept drawing lines back there, it would be annoying to look at. Like these lines are going to turn into dots in a few days, Joe.
Yeah, it makes sense.
But like if it's a dot that's just right there, like right here, like this one closed the trade. But these back here were liquidated. But yeah, this is Bitcoin liquidation.
I'll be back in a little bit. I really do. I feel like every time I push the button, there's like noise and shit in the background. So I'll be back. Or I'm just watching. But
well, your noise suppression is working. I don't hear any background noise.
Are you serious? I'm like literally in like a restaurant with things and music and everything. Serious?
Yeah, I'm serious. What happened? My chart.
There it is.
Let me. No, my chart messed up. Oh my god. Trading View, what are you doing to me? I'm trying to fit the data to the screen. It's not working. I have to reload it. There it goes. Yeah, we are getting a little bit of sell pressure on UFD up here as well. YouTube. Bitcoin is getting some buy pressure. I haven't seen a big candle though. Like the biggest candle that I've seen from breaking this downtrend, only 80 Bitcoin. So some of these candles are not that bad. Low J says liquidations are starting to be over manipulated. Possibly. Let's see here. I'm just looking at the very short time for. Oh, Elon just tweeted. By the way, he tweeted like a little face emoji towards Sam Altman that says "Thank you, Paul." the thinking face. Elon Musk Twitter name is Gorklon Rust, and then he has like the Gork is like the clown version of Grok. So like you can. Oh shit! I accidentally tagged Elon. You can tag like Grok. You can tag Gork. They're two different AI, two different personalities, and they'll both give you like replies. But Elon having that name on Twitter, there was a coin that I bought called Gorkalon Rust, performed really bad. Um, and then at dollar cost average after our DCA, it went up like 30%. So maybe that one's getting something. I don't know, but hopefully Elon keeps his Twitter name for a few days. That one's not really trading. That's more of a risk because if Elon changes his name on Twitter, that coin's going to zero. But Elon's active on Twitter, which may be good for Dogecoin.
He's not in the White House anymore. You can get back on there.
JB says, can you look at Pingu? Yeah, I can look at Pingu real quick. Pingu. Oh, this is an airdrop token. I can already tell from the chart. So, this is Pingu. After the airdrop, we came down quite a lot. Looked like people found the RSI oversold, and then people started buying. So traders started to accumulate when the RSI was oversold, and we've already made a recovery of 280% in just 28 days. So I think that's pretty impressive. Not bad. This thing's about 1.4 cents right here. This is the Pingu weekly chart. Let me take a screenshot of this one. Yeah, they had to airdrop tokens. Generally, the cryptos where they airdrop tokens are the ones that perform really bad for the first few weeks. So over the last 28 days, Pingu has been recovering. I know the founder of Pingu. I spoke to them last time I did my travels at the conference in Bangkok, and also these guys like Luca has been helping Ron's Basement, the founder of UFD. So do what you will with that information. Over the last 28 days, it has been recovering. Oh shit, me. Come on, Gork. My God. I just got roasted. I just got roasted by Gork. Jesus Christ. Feels bad. Oh, that's bad. You guys want to see the roast? It didn't come with any beef either. Oh my God.
What do you got? What is it?
I put the picture in general chat on Discord.
Is it a good one?
Let me change my image of the UFD profits to the man. So I asked the Gork AI, why did it use that emoji? Well, why did Elon use that emoji? And it says, probably because he's pondering the meaning of your existence, babe. What? What? Man, this AI a little bit rude. That AI a little bit rude to me. Rude to the tame token. Pondering over my existence. Like, I've never looked at a spider or an ant and be like, oh, why do you exist? I have not. You guys want the contract address of Gorglon Rust? I'll put it in the chat. Man, let me, shit. What? Elon tweeting some rocks? What? Oh, I already know. Like, I got you, Elon. You should have been using...
I just feel like this is one last dead cat bounce.
He should have been coming to North Carolina and buying our premium mica to use as part of the heat shields. I already see like some of the stuff he's using here. Wow. Let me reply to Elon. Gorglon Rust. I need to look closer at these rocks and stuff in the video, because he's got some poem in there. It might be like a secret clue. Like, we have some very good mica in North Carolina. Let me look at that video real quick, one more time. I can already see, like, this copper and stuff. Let me see the board. Let me look at this board, see if there's anything. I mean, the board has a... I don't know, it's weird. But yeah, Elon is active. I'm just looking at the chart over here for Bitcoin. We do have liquidation block right here, this high level of liquidations. And that still would not push the price 1%. That's like 0.7%. So we are at an area where it does take a lot more money for every $1,000 that you have to move Bitcoin from here. It takes a lot of money to push the price $1,000 more. And
not just to push it up.
it.
A lot of people are selling. A lot of people are selling in that area. They're not just buying in with it. It costs way more.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, is the amount of liquidations worth it for him to make it up there? Is the question. Is he going to make more pushing it up there, FOMOing people in, or is he going to make less money with people selling out if it gets there?
But like coins like Doge, obviously the market cap's lower. It would take less money to push Dogecoin up 5%. I think Bitcoin, to move it up 5%, takes a large amount of money. The only thing that's probably harder to move up 5% and hold it there would be like USDC or USDT, like stablecoins, because people are going to peg them back and sell them down. Elon is on a roll tonight, but he's in like anger mode. I think Elon is in anger mode tonight. So that would be unfortunate. If he just goes like pure attacking Sam Altman and then
Yeah, don't push that guy's buttons in the wrong way. You want to push his buttons.
Well, if he starts attacking Sam Altman and then going into like political stuff tonight, the chances of a Doge meme tonight are low, but still possible. But the Elon Doge memes aren't really big catalysts lately. I'm almost finished with my orange carrot juice. I got the orange shirt as well that says "Just do it." Just do it, Bitcoin. Do what you want to do, Bitcoin, because you have a limited supply. But just because it has a limited supply doesn't mean it will go to $1 million overnight. It takes time. It takes time for Bitcoin to absorb the money that's been printed into the system. And maybe in the future, we actually start lowering interest rates again. I'm not sure, JB. I mean, after Elon retweeted the JD Vance memes, Please started going up. So that's something. Man, I'm just looking at these charts over here, and right here, RSI overbought on the 5-minute for Bitcoin right there. So this is RSI overbought. Could start coming down. We've already got rejected for about 0.08%. May not be a lot, but if you look at 0.08% of something worth over $1 trillion, then it becomes a lot of money. So let me add that little note right here. So RSI got overbought right here. That's what you're looking at on the chart right there. And that may be where that rejection comes from. Looking out at the charts. Whew. I will not be streaming for a very long time. We've been live for like an hour 45. Yeah, I'm still bullish on Richard Hart. Still bullish on his tokens like Hetz. He's one of the only founders that beat the SEC in court. So there is that for the bullish catalyst. So it's good.
Sorry, it was so loud in there. It was like a Italian place.
Nah, you're cool. We don't hear it.
Ah, it's cool. There's like 11 restaurants and like 20 different bars here at this place. It's a massive, all-inclusive resort. It's huge. There's all kinds of different places to eat and drink. Go do stuff every night.
Oh, Joe, I forgot to ask. Are you going to the Bitcoin conference?
If you look it up real quick, it's called Planet Hollywood and close to Harris.
I'll be right back. One moment.
It's a little bit north of Cancun. It's called Costa Mujeres. Or just type in Planet Hollywood Cancun.
I'm back. So the moment that Bitcoin overbought 5-minute RSI, we get sell pressure again. We're going to be well over 16 hours of lower highs. And if Bitcoin's bearish, the altcoin's bearish momentum will probably pick up as well. So I want to be here with you guys for another 10 minutes. I will take some questions if you're in Discord. You got 10 minutes. Feel free to ask me questions about charts or something. If you don't have a microphone, maybe put it in general chat on the Discord. I'll check there. If you got any question about charts, what you see, my opinions, feel free to ask. I'm checking the general on Discord. I'll tag everybody. So anything you want to know, just ask. Try to answer your questions. Yeah, my prediction is happening live in front of my face. We're getting a lot of bearish momentum. I'm just going to share this chart on Twitter as well. So what I'm gathering from this data, the people that were buying Bitcoin are running out of money to buy more Bitcoin at this price level. Makes sense, right? They're having trouble buying more Bitcoin than people are selling at these price levels, which is why we've had almost 15 to 16 hours worth of sell pressure. Trump. Z. I went over a few charts for you guys today. I mean, well, you're in Discord or YouTube. Feel free, write in the chat if you got some questions about some charts. Oh, Litecoin. There it goes. When do you see Dogecoin going to 51 cents? Well, I think the number one factor for getting Dogecoin much higher prices is that Elon has to become more profitable than ever. He has to cross over $1 trillion before Doge really runs. Unless he's willing to start putting some of his own money into Doge. Because when Elon's more profitable, once he has the Tesla Optimus robots mass selling, then it's not a matter of when, it's a matter of how Elon feels. If he starts making trillions of dollars in revenue from Tesla Optimus robots, we will push higher. Elvin says Trump coin. All right, we went over Trump coin earlier. I'll pull it back up for you guys though. So this is the Trump coin that we looked at earlier. We had those lows around 1042 when that RSI was oversold on an hourly. But we already started pushing back up. And in the last 3 days, we're up over 38% on the Trump coin. So it's good. Frogger says, when are you getting a Tesla bot, Tame? Well, that's the thing. I think I'm too young. I'm too young to be able to use a robot. I mean, I don't have any uses that a robot could fulfill for my life right now that I can't use an appliance for. I have a dishwasher. I have a fridge that keeps my food cold. I can carry my own groceries when I go shopping. I have a wagon for that. I don't have a use for a Tesla robot. But I think as I get older and the robots get better, maybe I could get used to a robot. Oh yeah, Carlo, I think so. I think UFD could hit 44 cents by the end of the year. That wouldn't be too crazy for the market cap. That's like $440 million market cap. That's not wild. That's not far-fetched. Rogert says, you hold Trump coin, Tame? No, sir. I don't hold Trump coin. I think this is the year that
What is
I'm
Trump
trying.
doing?
Oh, well, Trump may actually go to the Bitcoin conference. I know JD Vance announced that he's going to become a speaker. But Trump was actually helping the economy by pausing the tariffs, for one, and two, trying to get the other countries to give us a fair tariff as well.
Above $8, so I'm chilling.
The best thing that we can get for America is that fair tariff. When our companies can actually export their goods without being taxed tremendously by tariffs, then our stock market hits new all-time highs.
So what does that induce? Keep things at home.
No, not necessarily. I love free trade, Joe. But we need real free trade. We don't need a country taxing us 20% when we're not taxing them. So
exactly. And
if we have real free trade, then everybody wins. If you really believe in capitalism, if you believe in the freedom to spend your income how you want to, then you want no tariffs on everything. You don't want anybody paying a tariff. So the end goal here is to have no tariffs. But if we have to, then we have to force the other countries by putting a high tariff so that they lower their tariffs.
That truly would be the main goal, wouldn't it?
That would be the main goal. Lowering the tariffs for everybody.
Well, with no tariffs, what does that truly entice?
Well, no tariffs would be really good for consumers.
I think it just speaks to what people really want, what people really buy, what people desire. What industries, all the rest of it, just a bunch of bullshit.
I mean, you're less inclined to spend your money when you have to pay a big tariff on something. Unless you're getting the good significantly cheaper.
Which one's easier?
Me personally, I don't do a lot of shopping, so the tariffs don't really bother me as much. But for regular people that love to shop, that love to use their Amazon, they're going to hate the tariffs. You know, I haven't ordered one good from Amazon over the last year. But I will say that if there's no tariffs, then it's good for the stock market. And then all the companies that have a lot of stock value going up, they can put more money into crypto. They'll have a little bit extra money for crypto trades. All right, I have about 2 more minutes to answer some of you guys' questions. Yep, no tariffs, please. Anybody out there in YouTube, Discord, have any questions? How long are you going to be in Mexico, Joe?
What's that, sorry, Tim?
How long are you going to be down in Mexico?
For a week. And then I go from here to Las Vegas out to the Sphere for the last 3 Dead and Company shows. You know, me and my
Wait, what
Dead,
date are you going to
so
be in Las Vegas?
The 14th to the 18th.
Okay, I'll be there like 10 days later. Well, 12 days later.
You doing the conference thing out there?
Yeah, I'll be there
Yeah, you've
early.
been planning that for a while. You booked that shit over a year ago.
Yeah, I booked it a year ago. That's the other thing. Look, you book your stuff early, you get really good savings.
Cheap rates. Yeah, you go look up the same room and stuff you're trying to do and flights out there for that now. It'd be like double, triple.
Man, Bitcoin was way cheaper when I bought my ticket too, so the price was cheaper as well.
I remember
price
the day
ticket.
you're like, I'm buying it. I bought my ticket. I got my VIP pass. Whatever
Ticket
it was.
price increases in 5 hours.
What was your original price you paid for it? What's now?
I paid like $3,000 for the well pass.
That's what it was. It was the whale pass, not the VIP. It was like whale pass.
No, well pass is VIP.
But I remember that's how you described it.
Well pass is the absolute top thing that you can buy to get this event. Like, I'll probably be able to take pictures with JD Vance and Michael Saylor, all the speakers. The well pass gives you access to those rooms.
You better. Last time you went to one, you only could go to certain things, and you got like denied access into certain parts of certain events and stuff.
No,
like, now you can do it
the last one's pretty good. I got front row seat for the speeches.
Yeah, but you kind of did, but you didn't have that whale access, did you?
No.
So that's the difference of what I remember.
But the well access, you get exclusive access to the Deep Well VIP Lounge.
Of course. Yeah, exactly. You get to go places and do things. Yeah, dude.
My God, the well pass now is like $11,000. They also give you an option, if you don't want to go, you can sell your ticket. So I made more money just holding the Bitcoin well pass.
What are you able to resell it for? Say you couldn't go next week or so, like, what would it be? Can you sell it for like 7,000?
Oh, I think I can sell it for like 11,000 if I wanted to right now.
Because there's only limited seats for the whale club, so of course. Yeah. Like front row tickets to a concert that everybody wants to see. It's like it's either you or somebody will pay you twice as much for that same seat you purchased the day it came out, pretty much.
And I'm taking Ron's basement to Las Vegas for the Bitcoin conference as well.
Oh, word.
So he's the founder of Unicorn Fart Dust. We're just going to be there networking as well.
Yeah, I remember that dude. He's pretty chill. I watched his videos and stuff when you put them up.
Yeah, he's a pretty chill guy.
You and your Unicorn Fart Dust. Look at it. It's doing it. It's ripping up there.
Oh, man. I earned over 4,000% on the long. I'm happy about that trade.
Yeah, last time I was looking, it was down at like 2.1, 2.3 area.
Pudgy penguins.
Looks like it's doubled. That's the last time I noticed it.
Yeah, I didn't go to Dubai for the token 2049. Oh my God. Ooh.
You know what I love about it, Tim? It has a market cap of 41,900,000. That's what's nice and easy to see about it.
Yeah, I know the market cap by the price because of the supply of 1 billion.
Straight up. That's what I'm saying. 41,800,000 right there.
Joe, did you ever play RuneScape as a kid?
No, Tim, I went outside.
Okay. I mean, I was outside a lot too, but I had access to, like, we had the
No, I
what's
had
the
to go
internet where
outside.
you
My
plug into your
parents were
phone?
like, "No, what is that one?"
America Online, AOL. We had AOL internet, and I played RuneScape on that. RuneScape was a game that I played as a kid, but the company
Remember as soon as you'd
Jagex,
log into AOL, it'd be like, "You've got mail." Remember that?
yeah. But
Remember
that
the
company Jagex
56K
just
logging
launched a new
on, the
game. I've
56K
been
and the
playing that.
noises it would make? Ding dong, ding dong.
But RuneScape got me into trading. You could buy and sell items in that game, like by trading other players. And then eventually they introduced an update called the Grand Exchange, where you could just sell your items in a system like an online marketplace, and it would fill automatically while you're sleeping and stuff.
My parents were pissed at AOL because whenever we tried to use AOL, nobody could call the house. We were on, remember what I'm saying? People would call, it would be like a busy signal because you were using the 56K.
Right. That's crazy.
That and Napster and Limelight. I was downloading all my music. My parents were like, "Get off the computer."
Man, I'm glad we have fiber now. Like, going from AOL to fiber, life's a lot different. Quality
Yes,
of
sir.
life is a lot different.
Remember downloaded and you were stoked when it was at like 3 megabytes?
Oh, I got news. The Green New Deal is out and responsible energy solutions for Americas are in.
What's it going to do overnight?
Not much. It rescinds Biden era regulations on commercial refrigerators and freezers.
Fuck Biden. Where's that guy right now?
I'm not sure.
I dare him to walk down the street and watch what had happened to him. I feel like that
People
man
ask
couldn't
him
even
for
show
his
his face in
autograph.
public.
People are
Yeah,
asking
ask
for his autograph.
Go for it.
Biden was really good, Joe.
Shitting on your water you drink from.
Oh, I clean. I got my water. It's fine.
Tim, you don't poop next to your drinking water. Joe
But
Biden
Joe,
shit and wiped his ass in the drinking water.
But Joe, look at the Bitcoin price when he was president. Like from the beginning of his term until the end of his term, look how much crypto prices went up.
Well, I kind of agree on you there.
Look at the stock market from the day he took office until the day he left office. I mean, there are some things that he did really bad, but overall in the markets, we have like some all-time highs, some moments of
I'm more considering
happiness.
about what he did outside of any market structure, Tim. Period.
But sometimes you have to choose.
Really what I'm down.
Sometimes you have to choose. You want to do stuff good for the markets?
No, I'm working on what my motive and incentive and respect for this planet is and the people in it for my dollars in my pocket sometimes. I promise.
But also, we didn't have too much war while he was president, too.
I stop. Right there.
We didn't have too much
We
war.
didn't have too much. Now look at and focus on which areas, which aspects, when, where, and why it was happening in the monetary / war-like scenarios across the circumference of the world. Was he actually at stuff? He didn't go at it like Obama did. Remember Obama?
I remember Obama.
He did a bunch of shit militarily. Might not be portrayed as that or looked at it from the outside or anymore like that, but they were both of them were tapping on some borders, tapping with some military action. What did Trump do in his first term?
But look at this.
Nothing. What has Trump done in this term, Tim, comparative to Biden on a military aspect?
I'm not really too sure about the military side. I'm hoping we don't go to war in Russia. Hoping we don't go to war anywhere. But think about this, Joe. In America, from the time Joe Biden took office until like now, our stock markets went crazy. But during the same time,
you're right.
During the same time, China took a lot of money and invested it into their country's infrastructure. They now have giant underground
They've been doing that
tunnels.
for decades. China's been doing that shit for decades, since 2001.
Yeah, so
Trying to
look
put the
how
money,
much
trying to
China
put the
has
money
developed.
into their country and development and construction, right?
Like I don't
Where,
know,
where
I
did
don't
the
know which one
United
you
States
prefer
put its
though.
money? Where did the United States put its money since 2001?
Well, they didn't
Comparative
collect
to
that much
China.
money. That's the thing. We didn't collect as much money as China did.
Where did they put the money they had and were collecting?
The money's in the stock market, Joe.
That's on a retail side. I'm
The
talking
rich
about
people, the
government
rich
side.
people got the money in their trust. They put it in stocks from their trust. They can't sell or they can't use the money when they sell. They have to keep reinvesting
Yep.
into art or
Yep.
stuff.
No, a
But
lot
in
of that
America,
was
our
into like
stock markets went
Lockheed.
parabolic. If we took
Oh,
all that money from the stock market, we would have plenty enough to actually build giant infrastructure. We just don't do it.
a lot of money was taken from the stock market a few months ago. Do you remember that? Trillions of dollars poured out of that stock market as it fell 20-something% in just a little bit of time.
No, I'm not talking about market cap value. I'm talking about actual cash that was injected into the markets.
Correct. Now I'm
Like
talking about
liquidity.
which money
The
was
liquidity
actually
that
pulled
went to the
out
markets.
of on the liquidity side. $3 trillion were yanked back out of liquidity in the
Yeah,
past
we took
few months.
if the government had some really radical taxes, we would have more than enough money to do infrastructure. Joe, did you see the news where they built an underground city for rich people?
Of course. The other thing too, Tame, is we need to
That was
update our
trillions of
infrastructure.
dollars for one
Trillions
city.
of dollars to build that.
Trillions.
It was.
And it's funny how they found out about the city from the accounting side. I hope Elon Musk does a live stream using Starlink showing us this city.
It
How
has
cool
to be,
would that be?
yeah, it has to be tracked. That's the other thing too, is it was purposely started to never be tracked. But the whole thing is it's a dirt path. It's really easy to see things and tires once they go through the dirt. Even if grass starts growing over that dirt, you still see the tread and impact structure below. So we're digging deeper into old tracks that have what people thought of had grass grown above them. But the problem is the track is still right there. The track was placed.
Yep.
I don't think people forget about tracks that are left, especially when it's coming from a shitty spot.
Well, Joe, you know what's weird about that underground city? Look at the time that it was completed versus when Bitcoin came out. It's I don't know, it's a little bit weird.
Very correlated.
Yeah, I think maybe they're using Bitcoin in that city. I wonder who lives in that city. Probably somebody that we never seen on the news before.
It's the point of it.
What do you mean? What's the
It's all
point?
mental. No, it's the point of it.
Yeah, people,
it really
people
is.
are crazy
it's
nowadays.
the entire
It's
point of it.
better to be secretive.
Of course.
Yes, sir.
It's like the crypto network of society.
You got it. Spot on. I would like to visit that city to see what it's like.
I'm ready to move to it.
What?
I'm about ready to move to it, Tim.
You're ready to move? No, I'm not ready to move to it. I like the real world. I'm a
kidding.
human being.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
like chaos. I like some of those small beauties in life.
I like the grocery store. I like going on vacation down to the beach. I hear you.
I hate going on vacation to the beach. I don't like sunburn. I don't like swimming in water that I can drown in or die from hitting my head on a turtle.
I live in the mountains, and I sat under the shade all day. Trust me,
I like
I
the
enjoyed my
mountains.
time. I ain't scared. I'm not a pussy to jump in the water.
Oh no, it's
You know better.
You have to know what
I
to
hear
be
you.
afraid of in the water, the ocean.
Go jump in the pools then, Tim. There's beautiful pools here. You don't have to go in the ocean, brother. You have respect for the ocean.
On your side, is the ocean colder?
Tim, I live in the middle of the mountains.
In Mexico right now. Are you at the beach in Mexico?
Yes, absolutely. I'm at the tip of the Yucatan Peninsula. Our water is
Is that the
81
Pacific
degrees in the ocean.
or the Atlantic?
Tame, where is the Yucatan Peninsula?
I don't know.
At the
Let me
bottom
Google.
of the Gulf of
Yucatan.
Mexico, so I'm technically not in an ocean. I am in the Gulf of America now, technically.
Ah, okay. So you're on the Atlantic side, though.
Correct. I'm at
Yeah,
the
that
tip of the
water's way
Yucatan
warmer than
Peninsula.
the. Yeah, that
Tame,
water's very warm.
Type in Cancun into Google Maps and watch where it takes you.
Oh man, you're good. The water's warm over there.
Correct, amigo. I'm south of Jamaica. I'm south of way south. I'm closer to the equator than you expect.
So it's probably easier to swim there than right straight out beside the ocean.
Now, Tim, that comes to you and being able to go in that water. It's all easy to swim in. It just depends on if you want to go in it.
Yeah, but there's probably not as many risks right there.
Tim, what if I don't even feel like going in the water? It's beautiful ocean. What if I just don't want to go in there and get salt water in my shit? What if I just go down to the beach and hang out for a couple hours and I come back up and jump in the beautiful pools and the waterfalls and shit?
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, remember you can't get water in your ears, right?
Correct. Well, it's actually in my eye. My left eyeball has a drain tube that goes up into my brain structure, so it has nothing to do with my ears.
Oh, it's your eyeball. But that's your
Eyeball.
limit, right? You can't put your eye submerged.
Yeah, I can, but I have to. Whenever I go underwater, I'm supposed to give it pressure, basically like blow air out of my nose so that it puts positive pressure and nothing can come in. But if I put a pair of goggles on, no problem, because no water can get up in through my eye cavity, basically. Because if I go underwater and I open my eye, it literally can force ocean water up through my brain tube into my brain, into like my tear duct up into my brain. So you can get really sick that way and cause all kinds of shit. So.
Oh yeah, especially in like freshwater where they're flesh-eating bacteria. You don't want that.
Oh yeah, that and the ocean are terrible.
But does that mean you can drink water through your eyeball and get it to your brain faster in case you're hot one day?
But I don't want it to go that way.
Okay.
So it's a tube that's tied in from my brain cavity down into my left eye tear duct. So it's our little tear duct when we like cry or we have a tear or something. It kind of goes in the middle of your eye, close to where your nose is, and then goes down into your nasal cavity. So they tied that into my brain cavity to have it. Otherwise, if it was done 10 years ago, I'd have this little tube on the side of my head, so any excess will just come out of the tube, like down onto my shirt. But they figured out how to tie it into our nasal cavity.
So if you cry, does it go to your brain?
No, gravity would feed it down first.
Okay, that's good.
You know what I mean? That's why they tied it into that. And now if I cried upside down, it would go in there.
So you probably can't go to space with your eyeball.
A lot of things I probably can't do with my missing brain chunks, Tim.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still here. I'm still doing it every day. Smile on my face. Did I ever show you like a picture of how much my brain chunk was missing? It was like kind of like a skull thing, and it has like a black spot where you can see all my other brain tissue, and you can see which part they took out. Did I ever show you that?
You showed me before.
Yeah, the big chunk. I'm missing like 1/3 of my left hemisphere of my brain.
Do you think it'll ever grow back?
That's why I give you shit. No, it can't grow back, Tim.
Are you sure about that?
Absolutely.
They might get some really massive stuff like stem cells and everything. No. You don't.
No. There are parts of my brain which have reorganized and we refigured out how to coordinate where all of these memories are stored. But I don't have those drawers. We had to remove certain storage bins, and there's no way for a neural network to really start growing again unless I were to say sit there and learn a zillion things. But it's still not going to be able to grow those certain areas and certain regions of the brain which were connected. Colors, smells, taste. Certain things I can't regain because I don't literally have the quadrant to accept it. All where those nerve endings used to go to, stop. They're gone. We literally like chopped the road out. So what happened is my brain figured out how to take a lot of those things that didn't have a road or a place to put them and coordinate where's a new spot to put this. How can I reuse this but then still relocate and understand what I'm storing?
So what's the best part about that then?
I don't have seizures.
Hey, that's a good bonus.
Yeah, and I don't. Every time I had a seizure, it was destroying more of my brain tissue, so it was bad. My brain was bleeding really bad. It was a dead and dying zone and area, and they're like, if we don't fix this, you're not gonna make it. So they went in there and chopped it out. I haven't had any problems. We're good.
I wonder if that's for everybody. They can just remove that part of the brain and nobody has seizures.
Fuck, damn, I feel like everybody in the world could use a big chunk of their brain. Everybody to have a good day after. Even seizures. Just stop being pissed and looking at shit weird in the world.
Do you think something like Neuralink would help you?
I'm curious. I'm more than willing, and that's the thing is let it rip. Let's test it out. Let's see what it does. Let's see what it can't do. Let's see what
because it could make a pathway between some parts of your body that aren't there.
Exactly. And that's what I'm wondering and see if we could ever rebridge those gaps that are which are incapable from our neurosurgeons these days yet.
Yeah, I've seen paralyzed people with their hands moving again.
Remember Fly Crypto? Guy
Think
from
so.
Australia had all kinds of his eye problems and stuff. There's so many things that I feel that we're so close to.
Okay, yeah.
Remember Fly? He had like all kinds of things. He's been trying to get his vision worked out again and stuff.
Yeah.
It's all has to do with nerves and capable technology, which are right at our fingertips. But there's not enough money to be made. I don't feel like it's not like the cure to cancer where there's going to be trillions of dollars made from it. So I just don't think that's why there hasn't been enough incentive to really push that level of medical technology into today's society quite yet.
Well, people also settle for things.
Yeah, you're right. They settle as long as they're not in pain, they're happy.
Or they're like, oh, this pain's a little bit. I can live with that. I'm a man. And they let it go on for like a decade, and then the bone just stops working.
Yeah, and then they're on crutches like 4 years later, and they're like, oh, I guess I'm on crutches. I'm not a pussy. Like, well, if you had done it the right way and looked at it medically the correct way and had a proper solution and path of fixing it, you'd probably be way better off here.
Are you able to have strokes?
I haven't had any sort of stroke in 8 years.
Okay.
But I was having stroke stuff with my seizure things, and the strokes were doing stuff and causing other areas to bleed, but that was rough. Yeah, I couldn't walk, I couldn't talk, I was in the hospital for almost 9 months, dude. That's why I'm crazy. That's why I've always just poked at your button. That's why I've always just been like happy to be on this planet, but not afraid to ask questions. So you know what I'm saying, Tame.
Right.
What's up with this Pee-wees, Tame? Explain this thing to me.
No, you're you're pronouncing it wrong, Joe.
Please, whatever you want to call it. Please.
Yeah, please. So the meme
Okay,
coin started
Pee-wee.
with JD Vance's face everywhere. And then one day Elon Musk retweeted JD Vance who tweeted the memes. And
Is that where it all originated?
The thing got listed on all the exchanges. And then today we had a big pump because JD Vance had an announcement that he's going to be speaking at the Bitcoin conference. So after that announcement, like we went up like we were like down here. Like I took
you were
profits
below
on
6,
the long
weren't you
yesterday.
below 6 or something?
I took profits. We dropped down 16%, and then boom, he announced he's going to be speaking at a Bitcoin conference, and then we go up 80% on Please. It's not his coin though. Like he's just the face of the coin.
Let it rip. This thing looks like a look at that thing. It looks like a cup and almost handle starting on that sucker. Look at it go.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, JD Vance is very likable.
Or at least a healthy W. That's a healthy W structure. There's the top, bottom, and let's see if it rips from there. If you do a measured move from there up into W, you're probably up into like the 14s.
The thing that I like about it, there's so many memes that I can't keep track. And I'm not just seeing them on Twitter, I'm seeing them on Facebook. They even put like on Poly Market, like, will JD Vance use the word please at the Bitcoin conference?
I'm still holding 90 coins, Tim.
90 coins, nice.
I hold 90 different coins which have been accumulating in the longs the entire way down from probably 8 months ago.
A lot of coins. Don't lose track of them.
And 4 years ago almost. There's a lot that I'm still super holding on to. So
I think the absolute freedom in crypto is to be holding 10 tokens or less. Because at the end of the day, the most valuable thing will be your time.
I've put a lot of time. I've seen a lot of bottoms, and I've purchased a lot of bottoms, and a lot of coins. So I don't mind holding like this. I'm just going to patiently wait. I don't like to sit there and expect to sell them all on one day at the same time. As things rip up day to day, something's up 40%, 30%, I take 25% of those earnings and I put it into the bottom shittier one that didn't rip yet.
Yep, that makes sense.
And by the end, I will accumulate.
Lower market caps, right?
And once I basically get up there, once everything just starts more than pushing through, I'll eliminate a lot of coins I really don't want. But since I got them so damn low, I'm not going to pick and choose and just hold the 10 best coins. I got 100 coins at the best price, almost, so I don't mind. I'd rather do that than sell one too soon and it rips way above and beyond expectations. So I'm just patiently waiting with a bunch of them.
But that's the beauty of crypto. You can buy 100 coins and you don't have to pick up anything heavy. It doesn't take a lot of shrink to buy coins. So after you do your research,
every
that's
single
the
time it kept going down, I bought more coins than I did its last upper average. So every time it fell down, I basically doubled my amount that I was putting it into. It stopped going down. By the time some of them were, I was up 32 times my original investment on it because it's 16, 8, 4, 2, 1. You know what I'm saying? So I got a lot of coins. I have quite a bit of them. I'm chilling. Only thing I'm frustrated with that I always do and I sell too soon is Doge. I always sell Doge a little too soon. It rips on me, keeps ripping. I sell some more.
Are you gonna make a rule where you can't sell it past a certain price now?
Again, why did I sell it at that point?
40 cents now?
It's not about me holding it. Literally the reason I was doing it is to accumulate a little bit more.
Right. But do you have enough now that you can hold it till like 40 cents if it drops down one more good time?
I'm only holding 25,000 Doge right now.
I know, but if it goes down to like 10 cents, you could buy probably.
How about this, Tame? If it goes back down to 18 cents, I'll purchase another 600,000 of them. But I'm just literally only holding 25,000 Doge.
So I gotta ask you a question. What's the number one catalyst that would drop the price of Doge?
Bitcoin going down and retesting. But we're in a weird stage where I think things could be truly flipping into the reversal bull structure of it.
Who holds a lot of Doge?
Not me. I only hold 25,000.
Robinhood.
I know they do.
Who's the biggest guy that made Dogecoin price pump?
Elon with his mouth.
What happens if Elon were to pass away tomorrow?
That thing would lose.
Would you still buy Doge at the 18 cents drop, or would you just not buy it?
I'd wait for 1.8 cents.
Yeah. I would wait till under. If Elon died, I'm probably not going to buy Doge again, honestly.
It doesn't have a sequential future if that would be the case, Tim.
If Elon dies, I'm not even buying Doge at 1 cent. I don't care.
Unless his kids have a brilliant idea.
Nope. Moving on to other things. If Elon dies, I'm not buying Doge. I don't like Doge like that.
Dave,
I only like Doge
stop
because
thinking about Elon
Doge.
dying. If Elon dies, Doge is the last thing I'm worrying about.
Elon's 53 years old, but he looks like 70. And I listened to him on a podcast talking about he eats a donut every day.
Let the guy eat a fucking donut.
Every day?
He do whatever he wants. Yeah, let him eat a donut. Let the guy smile.
And for a while, he was talking about aspartame and stuff was good for people. That he did it a lot and didn't have any negative side effects.
Why he stopped drinking his Diet Cokes?
There are side effects to those artificial sugars.
There's side effects to everything in this world, Tim.
But here's a good thing. If Elon survives, if nothing bad happens to Elon and he lives for another 50 years, my God.
You're all good. You're all good. I mean, shit, at this rate, we're all good if he lives another 5 years.
Yep. Oh, yeah, for sure. But that's the thing. A lot of people already made so much money on Doge that they don't have to trade again, so they have no reason to buy the dip, and they have enough money to last them their whole lives.
There is not the same FOMO, this region, this area, this zone, this time.
No,
a lot more coins came out. They just ain't the real FOMO. The world's gonna accept it. Every gas station's gonna accept it. Go buy your groceries. Walmart will take your Bitcoin.
Nobody's accepted quite anything yet. It's not next to your Visa or debit or food stamps on your credit card machine at any store. You know what I mean? There's always that empty last fourth button. There's credit, debit, or like EBT or something it usually says, or gift card. But there's always that empty last button. It should say crypto. Push that crypto button. Whatever ones they accept, you can pay with this. Some places accept MasterCard, Visa, and American Express. I don't accept one coin to only be one accepted. I bet it's going to be like, okay, bam, or swipe your card, pick which one you want to use, bam. Ding. No problem. Not quite there yet. We were expecting this last bull run right about this stage. Oh, everybody's going to accept it. This is going to be the new currency. Dogecoin going to take over the world. I mean, it's still a potential. It's still capable.
I mean, the market cap is in billions, though. Like, it's...
What if Elon's been running this entire ideology behind the scenes, setting up what it's really going to take to be able to take that amount of volume through the network, structurally support it, and trust it? What if he's been building an entire massive network to be able to coordinate it?
I was hoping Elon did his own crypto that's better than what we have out there.
And what if that's part of the process of what we're sitting in front of?
Eventually, I think he is wanting to roll out some cryptos.
Exactly. He's got an idea, Tim. He just, what's he going to do? Run on the Doge network of 800 computers running their bullshit setups to, you know what I mean? No. So if I'm going to do it, I'm going to create an entire massive multiple warehouse system of supercomputers that can easily flick through it like it's nothing. It's part of its schedule. It's part of its organization. It's part of the entire system, which hasn't been quite released yet. But it's all being tested now. You don't think somebody's asked AI a few times? You don't think AI has come up with any decent, responsible solutions? And they've taken it seriously? In the next 3 years, we're going to see a bunch. I just think everybody was anticipating it to happen last bull structure. Everybody was anticipating for it to happen by now this structure. And I bet a lot of people give up after this structure. And if they don't stay in it by next time we rise for real bull market ideologies, that's when I think Bitcoin's going to come close to $750,000, up to $1 million next run. You never, like, there's so much money going to pour into it and so much familiarity with it.
Well, I don't think it really relies on the structure as much, because if the government has to inject more money into the system, it doesn't matter about the structure. The structure could look horrible, and then if we inject billions and trillions every few years, price go up.
Now, what happens when we want to take trillions out instead of injecting it into the system? What happens to the dynamic and the support structure of it? Mm-hmm. It's what hasn't been truly tested yet. What's going to hold better, fiat or Bitcoin structure? Blockchain. Everything can be seen at every second of every penny that's ever been made on it. Half of me says, that's what I want. And the other half says, not at all what I'm looking for. But which one do you trust more? You trust trains on a train track that say they're going straight in a line, they never get in any sort of traffic jams, they never get into accidents, really? But still, you're just stuck on that one line. It's the railroad track. What happened with cars? We built roads. They're a lot more dangerous because you can crash that car at every intersection. You can crash on any road. You yank the wheel in 2 seconds. You go off the road and smash right into the ditch. Trains can't do that. But it's the ability on which they could get and go to every road at whatever time they want. They didn't have to wait till 10:21 when the bus or when the train shows up, and then they can get on it and get off at the next stop. They're limited, but they had massive levels of ability to get out there and do it, but they were still stuck to the train tracks, and they had to get from the train tracks or use a cab or call a friend or something. I just feel like crypto is going to be the next avenue where people get off train tracks. They're not stuck to banks. They're not stuck to the avenues in which they're used to getting on and off the tracks.
Yeah, it's really hard. Like El Salvador tried to get people to use Bitcoin, but it did not have that massive adoption that people were hoping for.
Tim, that's like trying to introduce cars to a country when you don't have roads built yet.
Right.
So introducing a car to El Salvador when they don't have roads built they better be 4x4s. You know what I'm trying to say? You know what I'm trying to say? So look at it in the same aspect. Is it's like, yeah, we're really kind of paving the roads and highways and massive connecting interstate systems from urban to smaller communities with the ideology of which roads are going to lead us in directions we weren't expecting. But it's things like octane. We're going to get past octane. There was a big difference when we went from like steam engines with coal and steam up to an octane. We didn't have to start that fire, get the whole thing going, get the boiler building up pressure. No, you turn on the ignition and it instantly fires up.
It's funny you're saying that right
turn
now
it off.
because I'm looking at Elon's last tweet like a minute ago, and he's talking about global annual additional power generation. And it has solar, wind, hydro, nuclear, natural gas, and coal.
It's what we're using now. So we're getting doji green blocks. Look at this sucker. It's about to bust it. But I think we're going to tap off that 21.
Well, if Elon's talking about energy, I did remember before he's talking about they would adopt Bitcoin again if there's more clean energy for the mining of Bitcoin.
50, didn't we cross the 50% on Bitcoin like a couple weeks ago?
We crossed the 50%.
It was said, but can we prove it? But you know what I mean, though. It's like
it's hard
that's
to
what
prove
I'm surprised he didn't jump in. I just know better than to FOMO in anywhere up in these areas to me, but
honestly, if you were Elon
does
Musk,
come out and Elon does accept it, he's going to start doing this stuff. I have no problem buying it. Not here at 20 cents, but 22 cents, 25 cents. Once he actually confirms that we're accepting it for, but it hasn't been confirmed yet. So that's why I'm just chilling. Just like, I mean, look at our RSI stamps. Look at that shit.
Yeah,
look
from the RSI overbought to oversold, price dropped 2.5%, got oversold and went back up. But now we're getting overbought again.
This is when we bet we do a double top if we don't buzz through here. Just RSIs are bugging me down this way. So.
Well, this candle right here, it looks like a big candle, but it's only 19 Bitcoin volume.
Yeah, look at the volume on that.
The last candle was 18, so this isn't really a lot of volume on Bitcoin. It looks big, but it's not volume. But Doge has a 11 million volume. Doge actually has pretty significant volume.
And it looks solid, too.
The Doge candle right here has way better significance than the Bitcoin candle right here.
So I'm nervous for it, Tim, so I mumbled it at you.
So Doge is actually more potential to run than Bitcoin at these price levels.
I know, damn it. That's why I'm pissed I sold Doge, because as soon as the second I sold it, like it always does, it's like, oh yeah, these people start tweeting, this thing wants to accept, you know what I'm saying? So you gotta be kidding me. Come on.
But there are so many periods where people sell.
Of course. I'm not worried about it. That's what I'm saying. I sold it for profit. I didn't sell it for loss or anything. It's just one of those things where it's like, you sucker. I sold you and you take off like that. Didn't come down at, and how about this? When I sold everything, it came down to within like 0.05 like of my start of all my buys. So it literally came all the way right down to where all my buys started, and market maker jumped right in front. Point.
You know what would be hilarious? If we got like one big wick up and down together. So like liquidate both sides together.
That's what's needed. That's what happens when big money comes in. It goes up, liquidates everything above and below us, and then does what it wants to. And laughs at all those future traders. But when and where is it going to happen? Elon hadn't accepted it yet. He's given indices and ideas, but it's like, it just feels like another week in the damn market.
Yeah, but that's the part about market. You have to wait some time.
Exactly. I'm just patiently waiting. It's serious. I'm still holding 80-something coins.
What up, White Films? Yeah, I was getting ready to wrap up this stream pretty soon, White Films. Since we've been live, we noticed one time overbought, one time oversold, and now we're overbought again on Doge. And then since we're getting overbought, we also have this wick, but this has been the most significant candle. 14 million volume.
What's that like a 15-minute look like? Just curious. Sometimes a 5 is like kind of like stretched weird.
No,
30 right there.
15 was different RSI levels. It went like halfway oversold. But it was completely overbought up there last time.
Yes, sir.
15-minute liquidation's to like 22 cents.
22, that's what I was saying. I guarantee it taps 22 if it's going to do it one more last time. The rest
Oh yeah,
of these
liquidations up there would not surprise me. I definitely would not short Doge here.
That's
Even
what I'm saying. This is market
down,
maker.
I'm going to short it. It's just not at the optimal level for me to like stack a lot of Doge.
This is when market maker knows everybody just sold down there. He's going to rip it up there. Nobody has anything they're willing to buy right there or sell. They're just doing it. Or if they are, they're only going to buy it. They're not going to sell if it rips 22. In the 15 minutes it goes and rips up there, clears a ton of liquidations. It FOMOs a ton of people in. They go, oh shit. Nobody's selling it at 22. Market maker's going to go up there and sell the shit out of it. But I don't know. Just what I'm feeling.
Elon tweeting some images that Grok have drawn.
Maybe Elon's the market maker. He's driving it up there so he can dump it on us.
I don't think so.
I know.
I don't think Elon's trading Doge like that.
He doesn't have time for that. He doesn't care. He just wants to be there for the people.
Like, if you have a company where your stock goes up to all-time high and your brother sells on the day that it's all-time high, I doubt you have to trade Doge. I doubt you have to trade Doge at that point in your life. Like, why are we trading Doge?
Yeah, he's just trying to figure out where he's going to put his billions. Like, I couldn't even put $1 billion in cash in this bedroom. Like, the whole thing, it would take up like 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. Just kidding. You know what I'm saying? With those guys when they're making trades and stuff like that, like, you're kidding me.
Absolutely.
I'm going to put it in my cowboy hat.
I bet the moment I close off the live stream, we get like a big Dogecoin tweet. That would be hilarious. But Elon's name is still Gorklon Rust on Twitter.
I bet we go up and tap like a 104. I bet we go up and tap 104 area.
That is bizarre.
Spook people in. I mean, what is it? It's a Friday?
It's a Friday.
People across America are probably hammered. People do weird shit, like on a Friday. They got money in their bank account. They see it doing something. They FOMO into it. I don't know, man.
Well, it's very interesting. This is also the week after people had to pay rent. If people pay on the 1st, the week after is like technically yesterday to today, then we get the big pump. I've seen this happen a lot. The week after people pay rent, that's when we get a little bit more money going into the markets. Because
it's also where people FOMO in right after because they're like, oh, I don't have any money, so I got to pay for rent. And then this first week of the month, they put it all into the market as it's ripping because they're like, all right, I'm good. I paid rent. Look, it's going. I'm in there.
Yeah, they have a little bit more time to risk it. They have like 3 weeks to risk it at that point. Although I don't condone that type of trading, but that's
falls down for 3 weeks till they need their money for next month.
And then they sell at the bottom to pay their bills.
Exactly what's happened the past 6 months here.
That's hilarious. I need to research that a little bit more, like make a video to see how accurate that is. But it's something I've noticed.
Yeah, it is. It's close. Beginning of month, end of month.
Like usually, like the day number 8 of the month is like when it starts. Like let's just play. Let's do it live real quick. Let's go to Bitcoin daily chart. So, on the daily chart, one thing you're going to notice is that today is May 10th because it's in Asian time zone. So yesterday, we're going to do the 9th and the 8th of every month trading view. But I want to start at like May 7th, May 9th. So let's go to the 9th of every month. Right here. Look what happened on the 9th of March. It was up a lot on the 8th from the dip and then went down for like 3 days. Alright, let's go the January. Look what happened January 9th, Joe. Bitcoin is at the bottom of the dip and then it pumped.
Pumped, absolutely.
So it pumped on the 9th.
Because all those people that had to like sell their shit to pay their rent by that first week of the month.
Look right here, look right here. November 9th. November 9th. After November 9th, started pumping.
And all those people that are paying rent pay it into their rent, which is owned by BlackRock, and then BlackRock gets all that after they paid their rent, and then they jack it up even higher.
Right
So
here,
all those,
October 9th, we did have a dip down October 10th, but then started going up. So usually around the 8th, 9th, and 10th, that's when more people have more money for
exactly what
trading.
I'm saying. It's by the first week of every month, everybody's like, "Yo, I didn't pay it by the last of the month. I'm gonna." And then they talk to their their landlord. Can I pay it by the first week of the month? They're like, "Yeah, you're good." Like, they pay it. It all goes into the market, and then BlackRock jumps it because all that money is
I'm saying that the rent money that people are paying, finds its way into the market.
exactly. It goes back into BlackRock's pocket.
It
goes
finds
back
its way
into
into the markets.
BlackRock. Tim, who are all those people renting their apartments from? BlackRock. So once it comes out of their pocket and goes through their landlord, from their landlord into the bank, then BlackRock owns it again, and then they're like, you don't have it. We're gonna drive it higher for you next week to scare the next couple weeks to scare you back in. I mean, drop it right after. I don't know. You know what I'm mumbling at.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy when you look at this type of patterns. Well, it was cool being on here, having a nice stream, talking with you guys. I'd probably try to stream again Monday. I don't think I'm streaming Saturday and Sunday. But I can hang out and chill, talk Monday.
Either way, it's good to hear from you, Tim.
Yep, nice to hear from you guys. Hope everyone
Keeps it real. Good luck
night.
with UFD and your peewees or whatever you call the damn thing.
Don't call it peewees. Call it please.
Remember peewees?
I would rather you call it please instead of peewee, honestly.
What's it called? Please? What's the thing called?
Yeah, because JD Vance was asking the guy to say please.
Remember Pee Wee Herman?
That's what I'm thinking about when you said peewees.
I know, I'm sorry.
Man, I Googled JD Vance and the first thing I see is like the new Pope.
That was funny. I saw that shit today. It was funny. Adios, amigo. Good luck trading.
Yep. The day is over. You guys have a good night. Peace out.
You gonna put another red block up there?
No.
No.
Because I think this one still stands. This one we already dropped down. I think we're getting the double top rejection.
I think 103.9 for Bitcoin to go clear those licks.
Yeah.
And then like a 21.9 for Doge if it really wants to reach up there as it's stretching its limbs. But I think heads up because I think liquidity want to come back out of there. We crossed $3 trillion, but just as fast as they come in, it can go out of the market 3 times quicker. So be careful.
Money goes and comes very fast.
It certainly does. Once it realizes retail's got their fingies in the game.
You're right. Well, guys, that was fun.
Adios, amigo. Hasta mañana.
Well, maybe not tomorrow, but yeah.
See. Since I'm in Mexico, I gotta speak Spanish.
Right. Well, have a good night,
Poquito.
Joe.
Just a little bit. Poquito.
Poquito hablo español.
Sí.
Hasta mañana.
Hasta mañana, amigo.
Ciao, Pervecho.
And ciao more French.
No, ciao is español.
Ciao is more of, I thought, like a European everyday term.
Let me double check. I've been saying ciao a lot.
Ciao. French.
You may be right. I may have been using the word ciao wrong.
I am correct. I work around a lot.
No. It means bye. I've been using it right.
Bye. All right. Ciao.
Yeah, it's in Spanish.
No, a lot of the French people, that's what they commonly use. A lot of the European people, ciao. Like, all right. So just commonly thought it was their kind of common phrase to refer to.
Yep. Nice.
Adios.
Ciao.
Even better.